On Kochie's Business Builders Reality Check, the holistic approach to business development in the modern age. Also, he's been labelled the best boss in the world. The chief executive of Kronos tells us why he gives his employees unlimited leave. Plus, turning ideas into reality. The founder of Finder shares his secrets to success. Hello and welcome to Kochie's Business Builders. I hear all the time from small business owners that one of the main reasons they started was to take back control of their day-to-day lives, pursuing something they love. Well, it sounds like a dream. It's not always easy to maintain, as one business owner has discovered. Surprisingly though, it's the business's holistic approach she needs help with, not her personal life. We're in Katoomba in the beautiful Blue Mountains, where Donna Markle has worked hard to achieve the perfect work-life balance. Her business has been so successful, she's ready to start selling her products internationally. But before she does, she's keen to get some advice on how to ensure the business's operations stay aligned with her holistic approach to life.
So Donna, can you just tell me a little bit about what your business does?
Our company is called Centrica, and under that we have two brands. Our main brand is Dermatonics, which is a skincare range. It is a natural Australian skincare range that's exclusive to skin clinics and spas. And the other brand is Relieva Med, which is a muscle and joint rub, and also massage oils associated with it. We've been in business for just over 3 years. We launched our first products in early 2016, and then that was our Dermatonics range. And then Relieva Med was launched in 2017. So we've been going for just about a couple of years, but it's only within the last 12 months that we've really been picking up some steam with both of our brands.
Were these products born out of something that was happening for yourself in your own life, or where did the idea come from?
So the company is both mine and my husband's. We're the co-founders, and we are both scientists. So my husband is a biomedical engineer, and I'm a biochemist. My area of focus was always inflammation, and my husband, wound healing, tissue regeneration. So we've used that knowledge and some of the natural actives that are in our products to develop a skincare range and a muscle and joint rub. So we were very passionate about using natural actives that had scientific backing in them to create these products.
So I'd just love to hear from you right now what you think your main point of difference is to every other skincare range on the market.
So one of the key aspects of us is that we pack our products with lots of actives that work in synergy, just like nature. And we also have a technology that's patented called nutridermaceutical technology that allows the actives to actually absorb well into the skin. So we're a natural skincare product, but what makes us different from some of the other ones is that we're clinic exclusive.
I'm also interested in sort of the bigger brand story. So as an outsider, when I look at your business, I see the fact that you are a family of scientists that has come up with a skincare range as actually being a really big point of difference. You aren't just from a big company. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree, especially the scientist back, because when we're talking with our clinics, that's the new ones that we bring on. That's one thing that really intrigues them. Yes, it's natural, yes, it's Australian, but they're really liking the fact that it's scientists that have developed the products. There's some science behind it.
So I hear that the products are amazing. I believe you that they are amazing. What I'm trying to help you do is, without people trying the products, get them invested in the story of what the products are. So I had a look at your websites, and at the moment you've got two main websites, one promoting Relieva Med, which is the joint rub, and one promoting Dermatonics, which is your skincare range.
Yes.
So I'm known for hard-hitting truth, and so I'm here to deliver you some.
Yep.
And when I look at your websites, what comes back to me is that, hopefully you'll agree with me, that the skincare market is very competitive, and it is also very saturated.
Yes.
So there is a lot of people jostling for a very small, product line, market sort of reach that they can get their product, especially internationally. And so when I looked at your websites, there are a few things that I would really love to help you change before you go hitting a global market with them.
After the break, how to achieve a holistic business approach that trendsetters are demanding. We've all heard the old paradigm, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Well, a new study has found both sexes are fundamentally different when it comes to how we work. Invoice to Go looked into our work ethics and motivations, and the results speak for themselves. Almost a quarter of men see profit as the most important part of running their own business. Only 9% of women took the same view. When asked if pursuing a passion was a bigger motivator, 3 in 10 women said yes, compared to just 16% of men. 47% of men are far more likely to work on the road, compared with 13% of females. That could be why 6 in 10 men admitted to working entirely from their smartphones, compared to 4 in 10 women. Both sexes reached common ground on one question though. 37% said freedom and flexibility is the most important factor in running their own small business.
Hi, I'm Saxon Wright, founder of Husky Cup, and I love small business.
Donna Markle has spent the last few years creating the perfect work-life balance. Now that her life is in order, it's her business that needs a deep breath of holistic fresh air. So, Bo Kitty from Reality Check is here to help Donna's business resonate the values which drove her to set it up.
So what does holistic business development actually mean?
Basically, I approach business coaching from an angle that when you start your own business, you are crafting a business that fits in with your life and not the opposite way around. So people who have come from a 9-to-5 employee mindset, that becomes their reality and their life fits in around it. With holistic business coaching, we look at not just the products that you're promoting and what you're doing, but what else is going on in your life. Do you have health issues? What's your family doing? Do you have other hobbies and pursuits? Do you need more time freed up? And we basically look at the business as a big picture rather than just a sort of ROI and what targets are we reaching and just crunching numbers. Even in the last 10 years, the nature of the way we do business has changed a lot. 10 years ago, you could almost create a formulaic business plan, follow it and have some moderate success. Now I think with technology and the information age and the inquisitive nature of consumers, people are really doing their own research. And as a result, businesses have to be a lot more dynamic. They have to evolve very fast and they have to answer market needs. And so that's something that we want to look at, especially if you're going to hit a global market.
So what does our business look like to you from a holistic point of view?
I can tell straight from the start that you have worked really hard on this product. I can tell that there is a lot of background that's going to back up all of your claims because you are scientists. So I'm not worried about that part. But I do feel like there's a bit of personality missing. I feel like your websites are a little bit dry, a little bit corporate focused. Now you are a business to business. You're selling to clinics, so we definitely want to keep that stylistic, very clean look that people go for with skincare ranges as well. But I would love to see a bit more of you. So I would love to see, instead of stock photos on your website, I'd love to see photos of your surrounds, the Blue Mountains, maybe some of the ingredients. I'd actually really love to see you and your husband in the lab coats as well, but also not just being the scientists, but being the family that you are running a family business. If, there's absolutely no sharing of your personal life, you can still share your surrounds, you can share things about the products that are a bit less science and a bit more personable, but also you could entertain the idea of some brand ambassadors. So that's what I think would really help your product moving into an international market, is to find an Australian brand ambassador who has the look and the feel that you want your brand to emulate overseas. And I think that that would be a really good way to start bringing a human nature into your products.
So when it comes to social media, what platforms do you think that we should be on for our business?
I think that a lot of businesses get stuck in the idea that social media is for what I call selling and telling. So they just go, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm doing. Whereas sometimes it's really good to take a step back from that and really just show the other things that you are doing that let people in on who you are and what your products are about. So behind organic range of skincare, there's obviously a life ethos that goes with that. And I think we'd love to hear a little bit more about that from you. what other things make up that ethos.
How do we get more time? How do we do all this?
So I think you need to identify what those priorities are, and then there are ways to get a little bit of help with that time for not the outlay you might think. So I have a team of experts that I bring in just for their specific skills to do a specific job, and I pay them for that. But I don't have them on my regular staff. The only tip that I would give you if you go to employ other people to come and do work for you is that they understand, they resonate with what your brand is about, and they're going to actually be their own little brand ambassadors for you just by working in your business.
So there you have it. To ensure your business is hitting its holistic high note, make sure your business values are in line with your personal values. You share the backstory to your business in the About page on your website. Capitalise on your natural surroundings and way of life. And finally, use real images and posts which show customers the who behind the what. I don't know about you, but I'm certainly feeling very well balanced after all of that advice. Hope you are too. Now to pillars of success, helping you build solid foundations for your small business. Daniel Carr is here with some small business finance advice.
This week's pillar of success is all about managing cash flow. Firstly, let's define what cash flow is. It's the money you have coming into your business from revenue and going out for expenses. Good cash flow management is critical to make sure you always have money available to pay your bills when they're due and enable you to grow your business. The first thing any business owner should do is understand their cash flow cycle. So how do you keep track of the cash flowing in and out of your business? It's best to establish a system. Accounting software such as Xero, QuickBooks or MyOb is great. It tracks your transactions in real time, particularly if you've linked it to your bank account. But if a spreadsheet or manual system works for you, then that's fine too. If you're a new business, one of the first things you should do is separate your personal and your business expenses. This will make it easier to manage your business finances and, importantly, set you up for success. It's important to track things like whether sales have been stable and are on target for growth or have flattened out, which products or services are the most popular. Also figure out which expenses are costing the most and then decide if they're all necessary. The most important driver is, of course, getting paid. Issue invoices immediately and only offer extended terms where necessary. You can make it as easy as possible for your customer to pay you quickly with e-invoicing and electronic payment solutions. And think about combining this with incentives for on-time payment. Think carefully about how you use the cash you do have and what you're spending it on. Lease new equipment and spread the payment over the life of the asset instead of using your cash reserves. Particularly useful with the current accelerated depreciation support for small businesses. Stay on top of what you're paying for overheads like power, internet and phone bills, insurance and merchant facilities. Once you get an accurate picture of your business's cash flow, you'll be able to make more informed decisions. And that can only mean one thing: long-term success.
Still to come, the founder of Finder shares his tips to business success.
Hi, I'm Fred Sylvester, co-founder of Finder.com.au, and here are my 3 business tips. My first tip is to focus. At the start of Finder, we only did credit cards. Credit cards was our only niche, and once we did really well at that, then we expanded. Focus on your business at the start, and you'll attain success. My second tip is to find your superpower. What are you 10x better than anyone else? For me, I'm really good at starting at the very beginning. Give me a blank canvas, and I'll do really well. To find it, the best thing to do is figure out somewhere you always win. Where do you always do really well? And that's probably where your superpower is. My third tip is to don't worry about USPs. Just focus on giving the most value to your customer. At Finder, there are plenty other comparison sites out there, but instead, we just focus on giving the most value to the customer today. So they're my 3 business tips. Good luck with your business.
Our next story is awe-inspiring, or at least we think so. A company that once started as a small family business now turns over $1.4 billion a year. That's right, I said billion. So let's talk to Chief Executive of Cronos to find out how starting small eventually led to very big things.
Well, my brother and two friends wanted to start a company. That was their dream. And they recognized that the only part of payroll processing that was not automated back in the 1970s was the mechanical time clock. It hadn't changed since the 1950s. So they came up with the idea to take this everyday business practice, being the time clock, put a microprocessor in it, and automate that. And that was the roots of what the company was founded on. Well, today we're about to hit 6,000 global employees. Our products are used in over 100 countries. I stopped counting when we crossed 100. We have offices probably in 15 different countries in the world, and we service customers all over the world. The company was founded in late 1977, and I joined in 1979. So I was one of the first 10 employees. I grew up with a family of entrepreneurs. My mother was one of the first women to graduate from an Ivy League law school at the age of 19 in 1937, and really ahead of her time. And my dad owned a small business as well, and so worked there from the age of 12, you know, kind of thing. I need help, fine. No more camp, fine. Let's go do that. And so I grew up with that. And I always had a spirit that I wanted to go, I think, do things that were create something out of nothing. I don't think I knew that at the time, though, but it worked out that way. Reputation is everything, so we work very hard on our reputation on multiple dimensions. Sometimes the most obvious pieces are having a great product or delivering great service. For me, the most important thing about our reputation is being a great place to work, because we can't produce great products and deliver great service without great people, and great people only come to work and stay at an organization that has a great reputation as being a great place to work. We have a policy where employees in countries where it's permitted can take as much time off as they want. Now, we still track it, and everybody can't go at the same time, and people have to get permission. But it's a way to tell our people that we trust you to get your work done. It's a way for us to get a little bit of an edge in recruiting great people and a little bit of an edge in retaining great people, and it really makes a difference in the world we're in. I think the most important thing is you have to recognize as a leader you can't do it alone. You have to recognize as a leader that there's people who can work at your side, who can be your peers and on your team that can make all the difference in the world. And that's really the most dominant characteristic that I see about people who are successful as leaders and make these leaps forward. My biggest achievement has been creating an organization that really respects and values the people who work at our company. I tell the people who work at Kronos all the time that if the most important thing in their life is working for Kronos, they have their priorities mixed up. The most important thing in their life should be taking care of their family. And I'm thrilled that we've created a culture, an environment, a company that really practices that every single day. And our results speak for themselves, that we don't lose a thing by doing that.
Aaron started his career at Kronos 39 years ago as a cleaner. Now he's the chief executive, and a great one by the sound of it. Still to come on Kochie's Business Builders, Word on the Street. We'll ask small business owners what they really think. Time now for Word on the Street, helping to answer some of your biggest questions. This week we ask, has running your own business been what you expected?
No, it hasn't been what I expected. I thought that it would get easier, but it doesn't get easier. It actually gets harder, but in a really great way.
Yeah, it's been everything and more. I was expecting a lot of hard work, which it's been that, but it's really fulfilling and really rewarding.
On some levels it has been, and on others it's been much, much more. I sort of went into it thinking a lot about the design elements of it and what I need to do for that, but I didn't actually think about all the marketing I need to learn, the accounting I need to learn, the legals that I need to learn. So it has been a huge process of understanding all those parts.
It's been an amazing learning curve. Like, I've loved every minute of it, and I really think that for you to be successful in your business, you need to love it, and your team needs to love it and be a part of it too.
It's been more than I've expected, both in terms of the rewards that I've gotten out of it, but also in terms of the work involved. I've never worked so hard in my whole entire life, but obviously the rewards and the highs are great as well.
Now for Ask Kochie, where you send me in a question, I do my best to answer it.
Hi Kochie, my name's Mark Bloomfield and I own Tennis Gear, a business that operates 6 tennis centres across Brisbane and Adelaide. From these centres we provide a range of tennis related programs such as coaching, leagues, tournaments and social tennis, together with extensive retail pro shops and cafes. We also service a large number of schools that surround these centres with tennis coaching. Over the past few years we've grown quite rapidly and we now employ over 70 people working across multiple venues and states. As we grow, it's important we maintain our high level of customer service. My question is about systemization, quality control and feedback. Kochie, what tips and tricks can you share with me to ensure we deliver in a consistent and repeatable manner each and every time? How do we best document and share our procedures with our team? And how do we best test that these procedures are being followed, especially in off-site locations?
For my answer to that question and more, visit our Facebook page every Tuesday from 12:30 Eastern, and of course feel free to throw me any questions you might have as well. Coming up next week, do you need to up your social media game? An interior designer will learn how to spruce up her image online. And don't forget you can catch up on this episode and plenty more at kochiesbusinessbuilders.com.au. See you next week for more Kochie's Business Builders.